Hello there everyone and welcome to a new review on the channel, and today we're going to look at a very old product and one that has been around for a very long time, but one that I think a lot of you are forgetting exists or have maybe overlooked, and that is Regeneration by Vogt. This is called the best torn and restored card effect of the generation, of the decade, of the century, whatever you want to call it. Is it really one of the best? Let's find out right after we roll the intro. Perfect, so you decided to stick around, which means you want to learn more about regeneration. So what is regeneration? Regeneration is one of the effects that you've probably seen on TV, on YouTube, pretty much anywhere, because everyone was doing it a few years back, mostly before COVID hit, because this does involve using the mouth a bit, but it was basically the effect that everyone does, where a card is signed fully on the back, fully on the front, the corner is then bent, it's ripped, the spectator rips the corner, they place the corner in your mouth, the card is held, and then you proceed to reattach the corner from your mouth on the card, and everything is fully examinable and be available as a souvenir. That's essentially what the effect is. I won't be performing it for you because it's going to cost around close to $5 Canadian for me to do a performance of the effect for you. So to save my money and my gimmicks, I won't, but I did give you a rundown of how the effect plays out and what it is, but I'm sure a lot of you already know what it is from the fact that I told you, where the card is held like this and you proceed with your mouth to just go over it, and then it reattaches from your mouth. I think that gives you a visual, because I think a lot of you have probably already seen what this is, since it's been out for quite some time. Now that we know what regeneration is, let's talk about where you buy this, how much does it cost, and what do you get. So this can only be bought at the moment from Theory 11. It's going to set you back 50 USD, which is around 70 Canadian dollars, and what you get is this. So you're going to get this little package envelope. Inside, you're going to get a link to the instructions, so I'm going to hide this the best I can. So you get a link to the instructions, and as it says right there, you're going to get 15 handcrafted gimmicks. Now, it does say that each gimmick takes around 24 hours to make. Yes, you only get 15, but these do look incredible. So this is what a gimmick looks like. If I were to give you a normal card and the gimmick, you would not know which is which. By feel, by touch, you would not know which is gimmicked and which is not. So these are incredibly well made. This does say, 24 hours. Is it really 24 hours? I don't think so. I think that if you're really good in kind of peeling cards or splitting cards, I think you can make these in under 24 hours. But if you're not like me and you suck, well, having 15 of these are provided to you, and it's nice to have them ready to go for your performances. Now, refills are not available, so every time you run out of these, if you're not a crafty person that can split cards and do a lot of DIY gimmick making, you'll have to buy this at every single time. So after every 15 performances, you're going to have to buy a new set of cards. That said, you're not going to be performing this effect at every single table. This is something that you keep for something very important, or for a very big gig, or for a very important part in your show, and you build it up. The way that I do it, I performed this at my last show because it was 20 people around the table, kind of, Danny Darty style. So it was 20 people, I was performing, and then at the middle I did this, and I had a card as I was telling the story, and I was like, you sign it, you sign it, you sign it. So everyone put their signature on it. Then I was like, you know what? You sign it and you sign it and you sign it. So they all signed it on the back as well. So it was signed on both sides by 20 or so people. So then I did the routine, boom, boom. And even though it was a bit like, ew, they wanted to keep the card. So they let it dry, they erased it, and they kept it because it had everyone's signature on it as an impossible object. And that's where this kind of differs from a lot of other tricks, because as you know, for me, the best TNR on the market, and I don't think there is a best one on that exists, is Einstein Dreams. I've made a review on it. I think it's the best TNR because, well, you see the 4 pieces torn of the card, bring them back together, and the card is given as a souvenir. There's nothing else. The moment the card is restored, it is given as a souvenir, and you can do it both visually or in the hands of the spectator, which is great. So that to me is the best full card restoration. But this is an in the hand of the spectator restoration. So yes, it is only 15 gimmicks. So that means that you'll have to reserve it for special occasions, but it does come around $3.50 US per performance when you buy this. So, if you perform a lot and you make a lot from your gigs and you want to perform this at every single gig, it's not that bad to buy a pack already made for you. But I did want to say that refills are not provided with this. Having said all of that, what is now the difficulty of regeneration? In terms of difficulty, regeneration is super easy to do. There's not much. Now, if you do want to put the card in your mouth, he does give you tips in the tutorial provided of how to get out of that scenario with your mouth so that you don't have to swallow the card. That is an option to you in performance. I don't do that much often. I do swallow it, and he says that he swallows it as well. But he does give you other ideas. You don't have to do it with the mouth. If you want, you can easily have the corner in your hand and say, look, if I do this, the corner completely vanishes, becomes so small. And look, if I take the card just like this and I pretend to take the corner and I just massage it, do you see it? They're going to say no. You say, look, if I take it just like this and I pull on it, now you can actually see the corner and it's fully restored. And you can do it like that. You don't have to put it in your mouth. I think the visual and the, oh my God, what is happening, and people looking and whatever is better, but you don't have to put it in your mouth. So overall, the effect is pretty much self-working. The card literally does everything for you. You do have to make the spectator choose the card, which does involve a bit. And then you do have a bit of a cleanup with the, after you restore the card. Not the card is fully inspectable by them. So while they inspect the card, you just pop the extra piece that helps you achieve the effect somewhere where they won't look. But because everyone's going to want to look at the card, it gives you enough time to do it, no problem. So overall, it is pretty easy to perform. In terms of practicality, so what do you need to perform this effect? You just need a normal deck of cards and one of these cards. So as long as you have your pack of cards, if you want to do this multiple times at a gig, you can do it. But if you just want to do it once, you take it, you place it in your case or in your cellophane. And when you want to do the routine, you just slide it in your deck, do what you need to do, and go into the routine. So pretty much a normal deck with an extra card. In terms of inspectability, the card is fully inspectable. It is signed by all spectators, so that makes it inspectable, and is kept by all spectators, which means that it is inspectable before and after. It is just not inspectable during the routine at a crucial point. So that's the only thing you have to make sure, a bit of audience management there. In terms of angles, the angles are pretty much 360. The only bad angle would be below you. If you need to know reset, the reset is instant, because once the card is given away, you just have to bring a new one into play and you're reset, and you do not need a table to perform this. So where would you perform regeneration? Regeneration is an effect that has been performed by the greatest out there, by David Blaine, Cyril Takayama, Dan White, a lot of the best magicians out there. Blake Vogt have performed this on TV, in their shows, in their Broadway shows, anywhere they could, they have performed this. So this can be done close up, this can be done on stage, this can be done parlor, this can be done cocktail, this can be done on a one-on-one with a really important meeting with a client for a booking. Pretty much anywhere you can do this effect. And as I said, you don't have to do it in the mouth, you can do it in the hand. So now that we've unpacked pretty much every facet of regeneration, what do I have to say in terms of negatives and positives? Well, one of the negatives is that you do not have refills. So I do understand that they say it takes 24 hours per gimmick, so it takes around 15 days to make a pack of 15 cards, if the blurb on this site is really true. So I do get, the fact that the refills are full price, but it would have been nice to maybe have, instead of getting the instructions in the packing, maybe getting 20 refills for the price of 50 US. Maybe instead of getting the package, just getting the package of refills. Maybe they give you 5 more for the same price because you don't really need the instructions anymore. But again, that is something. And the other one is that it is around $3.50 per performance if you want to do this. So if you are someone that wants to perform this at every table, after every gig, you're going to have to repurchase and repurchase and repurchase this effect over and over again. But apart from that, what are the positives? One, super easy to do, super visual, super commercial. It's a great gift for your spectator. It's something that you can get people to film you when you're doing it. It's going to get great Instagram ability or TikTok ability, if that's a word. It's going to be great for your socials. It's a great souvenir. It's, a big piece that you can really build up, especially if you have people sign. It's great that it can be signed before and after. It can be inspected before and after the effect, and it can be kept without any worry. And another nice thing is that it is really sealed on there. Like, they cannot pull that corner apart, and it can be kept for years and years, and they will never find the secret. Having said all of this, would I recommend Regeneration? What do I give it out of 10? I think that if you do card magic and you want a really impossible looking and direct torn and restored card, I think this is one of the best on the market. I still stand by Hindsight's Dream being the best TNR on the market in my opinion, but this does come close, and it is very, very, very good. So I do think buying one pack will be good for you to road test it, see if it's worth buying more, but I think you will not go wrong. If you buy one, you will enjoy performing it. So I'm giving Regeneration by Vogt a 9 out of 10. If you have any questions, leave them down below. If not, I'll see you all in my next review. Have a good one, and bye-bye.